All right, what's going on, guys? It's Tracky here, and today we're going to be looking at the kind of just a preview of what we're going to be doing for the lineups and the pitching rotation for this year. And we're just going to look at the roster and potential guys that could be called up and whatnot. But before we do any of that, I want to go ahead and I want to give you guys a little challenge. I want you guys to leave a like on this video. I want you to comment just saying like good video or something, just something simple, and I'm gonna throw my iPod over here so hopefully you guys don't hear it. Just say something like that. I just want to see how many of you guys are actively able to do this stuff. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. So let's start with the roster. So starting pitchers, we're only gonna have 5 up here, obviously, to start. And these 5 are all studs. I really, really like our pitching rotation, especially acquiring Corey Kluber in the offseason. That is exactly what I wanted. I wanted one ace. So we have Corey Kluber as our 1. Joe Gonzalez, the lefty, is our 2. Michael Wacha, a very young guy. Well, not very, very... Well, he's 24. He's pretty young. A very, very solid pitcher. Alex Wood, another lefty that's very, very good. And Pineda, who he can be good. He was very, very good last season, but he can be bad too. So we hopefully get the good version of Pineda. I don't think we need to really make any trades at the deadline if we're a competitor to try to compete as far as pitching. I think we got the guys we want. If somebody gets hurt, that gets interesting. But in the minors, the only guys that would probably come up, and this would be strictly because of an injury, is probably Dallas Buehler. That's probably the guy that would come up. Maybe this guy here, Zeke Spruill, or probably not Buck Farmer, but one of these two, or Buck Farmer, is probably the only guys you're going to see. Herschel Looney, possibly, but that's probably the only guys I'm going to go with. So, relief pitchers, this is going to be pretty set in stone. It's these guys right here: Vogelsong in the long relief position. Grilly, Blevins, Bastardo, Sergio Romo, and Luke Gregerson. If Grilly or anybody struggles, if Grilly's overall goes down too much, Evan Marshall is right there. He was with us the whole year for the most part last year, so I have no problem with him playing. There's this guy right here, Frank De Los Santos. He's possibly a guy that in a pinch could be called up. But that's, Salvador Olivio is just not, he's not high enough overall to come up more than likely, but it's a possibility. Closers, we have Kelvin Herrera, and here's the guy that would probably come up if we really needed to, Juan Oviedo. Him and Evan Marshall are kind of the 2 go-to guys. Catchers, I really like our catchers. Yan Gomes and Giovanni Soto. If either got hurt, Flaherty would come up. He did play on the bench for pretty much the whole year last year. I think he had 1 month that he actually started, and that was dumb of me to start him. Actually, I don't even think it was a month. But we have Prince Fielder here, as well as A-Rod, who's actually a third baseman. But, he can play first, third, and if I really had to, short. And then in the minors, we have Randy Huff, who's a guy that's, he's right. Like, if I need to call somebody up, he will be called up. The guy is not that bad. He can't field, but he's a potential DH. 62 contact versus righties, 71 versus lefties. Got some power versus lefties, not much versus righties, but not a bad hitter. Same with Chet Reeder, a power hitter. So these 4 guys, these 4 guys right here, you could look to see it in the majors possibly. Second base, Philip Cobb will be the second baseman this year. I decided to put him at second instead of Rendon, mainly because of arm strength, I guess. I feel like he'll be, if he turns into a liability at second, I can move him back to third because he did do fine at third last year. Not too many errors. Obviously, he's more of a contact hitter than a power hitter. He does have some power versus lefties. And I'm a bit scared of his fielding. It's kind of scary to me. I feel like a lot of balls that should be just a ground out may turn into singles, and if that starts happening, Rendon will take second base back over, or we'll figure something out. Rendon will be at third, though, for the start of the season. This guy right here, Alan Fukumori, if any of these guys were to get hurt, Philip Kaw or Simeon were to get hurt, I would probably bring him up because Bloomquist would be either the utility man or he would come up. He can't play second or third. So, and then John Palmero, a guy that if any outfielders get hurt, this will be the guy that comes up. He was on the bench almost the whole year last year. Obviously, we have Mike Trout and Austin Jackson. They will both be starting. Jackson in right, Trout in center. And Nelson Cruz is the DH. And then Viciedo will be in left, and Dyson will be the guy off the bench. So, Viciedo, obviously a good hitter. Don't look for anybody else. I mean, if I had to, I'd call this guy up, I guess. And Manuel Blanco is another guy that's, if we really had to, he could be called up just because he's a good contact hitter. But that's about it for the minor league guys. So, into the lineups now. I really like our lineup this year, and the bottom half is it could change. My only problem, we have a ton of righties, a ton. Leading off, we got Austin Jackson, and then he's going to be in right. Rendon will be playing third. Trout in center. Nelson Cruz at DH. Prince Fielder at first. Yan Gomes obviously will be catching. Viciedo in left field as long as he can hit. Philip Kaw will be at second as long as he can field all right. And then Simeon will remain at short, hitting in the 9 hole. I really like our lineup. On the bench, we got Giovanni Soto, the backup catcher, an okay hitter. Gerard Dyson, our pinch runner. And the guy that will give the outfielders a day off because he can play all 3 positions. He doesn't have the greatest arm, but he can cover ground. A-Rod, he'll provide another infield rest day. He could give Cruz a rest, but I don't think Cruz will need a rest since he's playing DH. A-Rod can play first, short, and third. And then Willie Bloomquist, the utility guy, can play any position except for catcher. So, very happy with how our lineup is. It doesn't really change a whole lot except for lefties with no DH. Austin Jackson actually will sit out. So you can just see Rendon, Trout, Cruz in left field because he has to play. Viciedo and so on. So pitching rotation is very, very solid. Corey Kluber, Gio Gonzalez, Pineda is actually going to be the 3. Depending, well, I just feel like after Pineda's last year, he's got to at least be the 3. Alex Wood and Michael Wacha. Wood I like in the 4 a lot. And Wacha, you know, if he's good this year, he'll be the best 5 in baseball, no doubt about it. And you know, if anybody gets hurt, which someone will at some point, I think we're gonna be okay. I decided to go with a little different bullpen format this year. Last year we had 4 middle to relief pitchers and 2 setup guys. This year we're gonna go with Ryan Vogelsong as the long man, coming off of a He actually had a torn rotator cuff, if you guys remember that. He pitched for Ian Kennedy, I believe it was, when Ian Kennedy got hurt, and then he actually got hurt, which made us bring up Dallas Beeler. But he'll be in the long role this year. Antonio Bastardo moving out of the setup role, just hopefully to get him some more appearances. Luke Gregerson, still in the mid-relief. He was excellent during the regular season, struggled in the playoffs. Jerry Blevins was very, very solid in the regular season last year. As you can see, 2.04 ER, 75 strikeouts, 7-3 record. I have no problem with that. If he can do that again. Grilly, a guy that was he was very good in the playoffs. Kind of had some troubles in the regular season, but he was very good in the playoffs. Sergio Romo will have the 8th inning this year. If Herrera struggles at closer, we'll move him to the setup role and give Sergio Romo the closer position. So you could look at split saves again here this year between these two. I believe they both had about 20 last year. Yeah, Herrera had 20 last year, and Romo had 21. So it kind of just depends on how they do. You know, no one's safe. So I quickly want to look at these guys here. So Evan Marshall last year had a 4.13 ERA with 32 strikeouts in the bigs. He's definitely a guy that you can look to come up this year at some point. Juan Oviedo, if that's how you say it. Not a bunch of, you know, I mean, he's got 7 years in the bigs, but he hasn't been up there in the past year. I don't know if he's been a free agent or what, but I look for him if we have to bring someone up. That's the guy. You know, also, well, actually, I think that was it. Maybe Thomas Colbert. Never made an appearance. He's only 20. So these two guys right here are the main guys you can look to come up if any of our main guys struggle. So, all right, guys, had a little interruption there, but I'm pretty much done, you know, talking about this. We've covered pretty much everything that I wanted to cover. We will not be making any more moves in the offseason. So the next video will be opening day. Corey Kluber versus Chris Sale. That's a pretty good. That's a good opening day matchup right there. That's a good opening day matchup. And then we follow that up with Gio Gonzalez versus Hyunjin Ryu. You guys won't actually see that video because the way I simulate. But wow, good pitching matchups to start the season. I kind of want to play these games, but I won't. Just because we got to get going. You know, we got to get back into the season. We're looking to go back to the World Series for a second year in a row. So Gio Gonzalez. Hyunjin Ryu versus Cashner, Wood versus Lyles, and Michael Walker versus we don't know. So, yeah, guys, it's been Tracky. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Remember to like the video and leave a comment saying good video. Whatever you, honestly, you don't even have to say good video. Just say whatever you want. Just say that something about how I told you to do it, I guess. You know, you can leave your regular comment, too. That's fine. And just throw it at the end. You know, you told me to comment. I want to test you guys. Just test you guys. So, yeah. Anyway, it's been Tracky, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys tomorrow. And oh, hopefully you guys enjoyed the double upload yesterday or Tuesday, whenever the two videos up for the last off season, the two parts for the off season. I just uploaded that like that because I had to split them into two videos just because I don't want to upload a 30-minute long video. So, yeah. But, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And it's been Tracky, guys. I'll see you later. Peace.
Wait till I get my money right. I had a dream I could buy my way to heaven. When I awoke, I spent that on a necklace. I told God I'll be back in the